YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. If you haven't already or you're new to the channel, just discovered it, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm a bunch. You know what else helps? Comments. 2-1 currently. Go ahead right here before you start watching. What do we end the episode at? We are going to try to fit in 4 games. So we have Georgia State, who's 0-2, UAB, who is 1-2. Then we have a bye, which will be recruiting based, Old Dominion, and UTEP. So that's kind of the idea. UTEP is the only one with a positive record, and they're not very good. So these are very, very winnable games. And as you can see, combined opponent record is 13-17. So our schedule is not very tough, but we are not very good. So let's see how we fare here against Georgia State. All right, offense gets the first play here in the game. It is 3rd and 6, 0-0. We are quite a ways into the first quarter as we're going to get sacked from their superstar edge player, and it's going to set up them with some really good field position, but our defense holds pat. We got really good field position. Their offense holds pat as well, so or their defense, held pat. Ferguson's going to take it, get in the end zone, touchdown, Cardinals. What a run by Ferguson. 83 on a running back just doesn't do it for me. But we can't change numbers of players that have NI deal money, which means everybody in the game because EA pays them to be in the game. So we're not going to be able to do much as he gets another carry and gets a first down. Then we jump in on 3rd down. We are in the red zone, however. So can we convert? We're going to look right back to Ferguson. He's going to drop it. We're looking corner route back to Ferguson. Really didn't have anything else as all the other ones were going on deep go routes. So field goal is going to be up. It's going to be good as we are on the road. So kicking gets a little tricky, but we figure out a way to get it into the upright. It is going to be 7-10 at this point in time. We're going to hop in the 4th quarter already. Not much going on in this game at all, it seems like. So we're going to hop in. They're down 3 at 3rd and 7. We're going to run with this crossing route. We got to come up, make a tackle. And we do. It's going to be 4th and 3. See what they end up doing. They go for it. They get it. Or no, they go for it and probably didn't get it. And we are back on offense here. 3rd and 5 yet again. We're in a 3rd down situation where it's a little bit longer. Do we have the arm strength? We do, and we break the tackle to get inside the 10-yard line. What a throw, what a catch. We need to continue to play well. Taylor III has been taking care of the ball while we've been on the field, so we need to make sure that continues as we fumble the pitch. And we do jump on it, but obviously it's not ideal for him to lose 8 yards as he was closing in on 100 yards for the game. We're going to hit the tight end. We're going to throw it behind him, though. So we are now in a position where we were in a good spot to take the lead to 17-10. And instead, we're going to have to settle for yet another field goal here on the road. Never easy on the road as it's pretty finicky with how much you turn the arrow, but that's going to be right down the middle. It's going to be 13-7. They have a chance to go down and score and take the lead, which is looking like what's going to happen here. Defense has been playing so well today. We got to make sure that we have another stand down here in the red zone. They are on the 14. Going to drop back to pass on 1st down. And the pressure makes him throw it a little sooner than he wanted to. And it is going to be 2nd and 10. Defense needs to step up, needs to make a stop here. See if they stay to the air. They are. We're going to drop back. They're going to go to the flat. And he's going to pick up about 5. 3rd and 5. A field goal. I mean, at this point in time, maybe they take the field goal. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it. The other thing that I want to get better at doing is he's going to step up. Change of direction on that guy was horrible. Holy. They're going to get into the end zone. Looks like they're going to take the lead as well. So we got to go march down the field. We only need a field goal. That is one thing to keep in mind. We only need a field goal here. So we don't need to really rush. We don't need to do anything crazy in order to get to where we need to be. We can even let some of the clock run out so they don't have any time to answer after we get down there and put points on the board. We're going to keep it with Taylor. He's got some room. He's going to get down to the 38-ish. It's going to pick up the first down, and the clock is going to be running. We're actually going to turn shoe clock on here to really drain out this clock. We realistically only need about 30-ish more yards, probably, to be in field goal range. Maybe 35 just to be safe with the kicker that we have. As we don't really know much about him, we're going to wait till Ferguson gets out into the flat. He's going to try to spin back, but he doesn't get the spin off. He's going to pick up 9. Shoe clock's probably going to have to be turned off here pretty quick just because it is running so much time off the clock in between every play. Oh, I just threw a pick. Oh, thank you for coming back to that. Oh, boy. All right. Let's reset here a little bit. We're going to go halfback direct snap. 1:12 left here. We're going to pick up the first down. We're going to go no huddle off of that first down. And a bunch of choice routes. Don't love that, but we're going to look for A coming across the middle. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to turn upfield. We're going to go back to no huddle. We're going to try to get another quick play here as we flip the field, flip the formation. We're going to go screen pass, and we're going to lose yardage. 40 seconds left here. We need to get yards again now to be in that field goal range. Coming up on 30 seconds. We do have all 3 timeouts, but I just want to make sure to have those timeouts just in case something goes awry, quite frankly. So we're going to go ahead and hurry up again. We're going to try to get this to the middle of the field, especially with being on the road. It's important to make sure that you don't have to turn that arrow a whole lot. We failed to get into the middle of the field because the blocking just wasn't there. So really need to make sure that we get it there on this play. We do have another timeout yet. We do get to the middle of the field. We're going to let the clock wind down just a little bit. We're going to let it wind, and then we're going to kick the field goal. They're going to try to ice us, but it's right down the middle, so we should be okay. Called the timeout. Second timeout for us, and here comes the field goal unit. 42 yards, right down the middle. Should be a pretty simple, straightforward kick for, I'm pretty sure he's a senior. So, big kick here, right down the middle. Should be plenty of leg, and it is. And we escape Georgia State with a win, and we move to 3-1. These are huge wins in the search for promotion from independent. Absolutely killer start by Ball State. 18 of 28 for 64% completion, 211, no touchdowns, but no interceptions, which is very important. Ferguson 19 for 108. Taylor had 16 carries, only 3 yards. That's insane. Ferguson got into the end zone as well. 5 catches for Magwood. Durham with 5 for 80. 3 for Ferguson and Robertson. 1 each for Weatherly and Webster. Again, no touchdowns for the receiving corps. Defensively, we had Gravely Jr. lead the team. 7 tackles, 5 for Stemler. And then the next 3 only had 3 tackles, Shepard, Sanderson, and Chia. Not a whole lot going on in stats in any of these categories. No tackles for loss, no sacks, no INTs, but we only hold them to 14 points. That is absolutely insane work by the defense, with just being solid, realistically. All right, Week 4 game, 3-1. We get 2-2 UAB. Let's see how we fare. Recruiting's all up to date. We'll get an update with that next week as we go into our bye. Offense going to hop in here first. After the big week last week for Ferguson, Ashley is back off the injury report. I really wish I wanted to risk getting pitch it out of that little broken tackle, but probably would have been bad news. So we live to see another day. We're going to go ahead and try to get him off the field. Didn't work, so we'll scramble with Taylor as well. He had, 16 carries last week for like 3 yards. Absolutely insane. We're going to give it to Quo. He's not going to get it. We're going for this. No way we are stopping after those runs. They do move the box up quite heavily. We're going to go inside zone away from all the pressure on the left. They're going to bring the pressure to the right. We're going to be able to bounce outside and get the first down. That got scary. They were sending everybody. We are good to go here. Going to go to the screen pass, get our blockers out in front. We have plenty of them. 75 if he stays on that block. We're probably running still, but a good pickup there for Ashley. Coming back off the injury, looks like he's pretty refreshed and rejuvenated, which is always a question mark for somebody who takes a couple weeks off because of injury, right? Trusting the injury, making sure that the conditioning is up to par. So really good to see that he is making the most of it. We're gonna throw a little jet pass to Magwood, and he's gonna be swallowed up in the backfield, and that's gonna bring up 3rd and 4. Ashley is breathing pretty heavy, but he's still in the game. Don't know why he doesn't just sub out. Doesn't make any sense to me, but we do get the first down on a little quick out to to Durham, and we are moving the ball quite well against this UAB defense. We're going to step up with Taylor. He's only going to get a couple yards. Slowed down by running into the back of his offensive line, but we are still moving north and south down the field here. That is the important part of success, obviously, continuing moving the ball. As we throw it right to their linebacker. Tight end slowed down for some reason. I just wasted timeout. I was going to go into the replay, but it looks like it didn't want me to go into the replay because the game knew it messed up. The tight end slowed down. He had a burst, and he was going to be wide open, then he just stopped. So they go down, and they score a touchdown off of that. We're going to throw it to our tight end. He's going to make the catch, get the first down, and we're going to continue to move down the field. We are going to have to come out again on a 3rd down situation. Let's see if we can convert yet again here. We should be able to get him with all the congestion. McDougal with the first down gets us inside the red zone as well, so we're going to take over from that point on of the drive as well. I really want to hit Weatherly on this little deep crossing route, and that's exactly where we're going to go. And what a diving catch! Full extension with the catch there. If there's a good throw there, that is we're probably walking into the end zone, but couldn't get that. Instead, Ashley's going to walk in. Welcome back. Touchdown, Cardinals. And we are rolling here to tie the game. UAB goes down and scores again. And that's where we stand. 14-7. We have about 92 yards to travel down the field. We're going to start with another little screen pass. Ashley's going to pick up 7 or 8. And then we got to go no huddle. It's under a minute left. We do have no timeouts left. That's going to be another pick. Or not. What a catch. If that wasn't a bad throw, that would have been an interception. First and 10. We have our slot guy. He's going to run right by the corner, and we are going to overthrow him. Taylor knows he missed that one. Wants that one back. Too bad we can't have it back. We're going to try it again, though. We're going to come back to it, aggressive catch it, break our back, and that's going to be incomplete. Slot fades aren't as dangerous as they were in last year's game, but they're still really solid. Hence why we continue to run them. But we're going to have to just get rid of it. It's going to be 4th and 10. We're going to have to punt it away here before the end of the first half. Not the greatest. Oh, we'll kick that straight out of bounds, too, didn't we? Not the greatest start to the game, but it's where we're at. This is where Ball State is. We just got to make sure we keep ourselves in games and try to find a way to win them late, just like we did last week. We got to find a way to win late. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for UAB. They're going to go RPO. They're going to come up, make the tackle, and it's going to be 4th and 1. Be interested to see if they go for it here again. They did early in the game, unsuccessfully. So we'll see if our defense can step up yet again. We're going to go with a quick in route, and it's going to be a 1st down for UAB. They're going to get into the red zone as well. This is not looking good for our defense here. Really got to make sure we lock in here. Play action. Going to hit the deep crossing route, and they're going to find a way into the end zone. It's going to be 21-7. Offense needs to do something. They don't. We need points, and we need them quickly. Need points, and we need them quickly, which doesn't really fit that. Okay, here we go. Here we go, play action. Wait for the crosser. Man, he has been so off on his throws this week. Like, if he just has that a good throw, leading him just a little bit, that's probably a touchdown. But instead, we're almost throwing a pick 6 on the wide receiver screen. I just called an RPO. I don't want an RPO. All right, here we go. Come on. We got to lock in here a little bit. We're not going to have enough time to get it out. Do we think about taking points here? I don't mind the idea of going for it either. Quo makes the catch, gets down to the 2. We got to go, hurry up here. We got to go. Here we go. Ashley find the way into the end zone yet again. Nope. Didn't want to reach and fumble either, so we do not end up getting into the end zone. A little RPO action. And that's not going to work either. We are just struggling offensively. Quo, not going to get there. Holy, we are so bad. Oh, what do we do here? What do we do? I don't even know if Durham has the speed to get this out and around. He does. Thank the Lord. We get in the end zone, touchdown Cardinals. There's a long way to go yet. And especially if they're having this long of a drive running the football all over us. Not good. Not only does it keep us from winning this game, but it's also not very good for recruiting, as you'll see next week. And we used all 3 of our timeouts already. This game is pretty much over. Down 10. The best case scenario, I mean, in this case, right? Best case scenario, we hold them to 3, and we go down and we score. Why are we doing that? We hold them, they kick a field goal, and then we score on like the first play, and then get an onside kick, and then we'll be in business. But, I mean, it has to be that quick because it's going to be within 30 seconds. So, looking like we're going to go to 3 and 2. UAB comes into Ball State. Just a little bit too much for us. Offense really couldn't get going. They don't even let me play that possession. That's crazy. 27-14 at home, not ideal in the slightest. 22 for 34, had that pick that I threw. That was really kind of the end of the game. We don't get Ferguson any carries. That is just disappointing. 5 for 67 for Weatherly, 3 for 28 for Durham and the touchdown. I mean, we're spreading it around. That's probably about the only good part about this. Tackles, we had 9 tackles for the junior. Shepard had 7, Sanderson had 5. Tackles for loss, we had a total of 7. Sanderson 2, Conley 2, Gravely Jr. 1, Stemler 1, and Glenn 1. Sacks, we only had 1 with Conley getting back there again, no interceptions. We need to find ways to take the ball away. We are not a whole lot to change here, quite frankly, but here's the update. We are number 1 here, and Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan are pushing for this Fort Wayne, Indiana player. Wide receiver, speedster, didn't scout him at all, but wide receiver is one of those that we really need. Really need players. He goes to Eastern Michigan this week, and then we have him in 2 weeks coming on campus. So hopefully that is the perfect timing. Hopefully Eastern Michigan loses this week so they don't jump a bunch, and then we might be in trouble for this guy. We have him paired up with this dual threat who UL Monroe and UAB are pushing from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have him coming with Denson on week 7. Then we have another quarterback here, dual threat, and UL Monroe is really pushing for this one. We are in the top 3. We are gaining more than him. I really wish we had more hours to get him on campus as well. We just can't find hours to do that because it is 25 hours, right? So although last game was 40 hours for everybody, we still can't find 25 hours right now to get him on. So the big reason that I talked about rushing is this. Not so much this guy because this is linebacker tackles. So our linebackers just need to play better in sim. I user linebackers, and I feel like every time I'm on the field, they're making tackles, but maybe not. Then we got this other quarterback. We needed like 4 quarterbacks, so that's why we're going for them, because we're either graduating or they're going to potentially transfer. So that's why we have so many. This guy we are super high on. We want this guy. Bump and run guy, should be probably one of the faster corners that we have as long as he's up in the upper 80s. We just don't have points to keep putting on him right now because we have people like Miko Ruse who are now in their top 5, moving into their top 3. We had to put hard sells on them, and we're only putting 10 to 15 hours on these guys down the board. Same thing here for Beckner. We have Beckner on week 7 as well, and we paired him with German. So we're really trying to that week 7 matchup is going to be absolutely huge moving forward. As you can see, San Jose State is the only one pursuing Jalen Knight, who is a pure power edge player. Now this is the guy that is really starting to worry us. Nobody else is chasing him. However, he is in a play style deal breaker right now. And the edge setter, I'm pretty sure, is Sachs, if I remember correctly. And if you don't know how to check these, this is what it is. Okay, so it's rushing yards. So when I mentioned that we need to stop letting people run all over us, this is why. It says that we're averaging 127 yards rushing against us per game, which gets us a C-, and he's down at a D+. So we need to be better at stopping the run for sure. Everybody else, I mean, if we have hours on them, we are sitting in a pretty good spot. And you see this athlete, this dual threat, another one down here. We are sitting pretty with him without any hours on him. This one, Hawaii, is really pushing. We'll see how they do in this week's game, and we might have to allot more points to him, but he's a 2-star. But I think he had pretty high strength. 80, maybe not. We might bow out of that one. But if you look down the board, if we have offered them, we look pretty solid to to them as well. We've already lost a couple that are down here, but these are guys that we might need here moving down the stretch to fill out our class. ODU, independent, first independent I'm pretty sure that we faced this year. They're 3-2 as well, so we're going to be battling up there to see who gets the lowest record in the Conference USA to see if we get to promote or not. All right, Chief wants to pull the aggressive card here early in this one. 4th and 2 from their side, or our side, technically, of the 50, and he wanted to go for it. First drive of the game, really wants to set the tone. We do get it picked up with a little throw to the flat to Quo Ashley. So we are sitting pretty solid here. Now we're back into a 3rd down situation. We're going to go ahead and hit the zig route. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. If we went for it before, we're probably going to go for it again. But the game didn't let me hop in. Sometimes I just don't understand when they let us in and when they don't. It's very interesting. Are they going to run it off of that? They are. We're going to crash down hard, and we are going to make the tackle. Something that we got to really make sure that we do well here is tackle. We got to make sure that the linebackers are getting tackles. That would be ideal, right? But first and foremost, we just need to make sure we win games. And that's... Oh, you need to fumble that. You're mid-spin. You get destroyed from the back. You are fumbling that every single time. Conservative on both of those. Make the receiver beat you. And we're going to get home. Get a sack. Great pressure from the defense. They're going to settle for a field goal. Great job coming. Great job turning it up after we turned it over on downs, I think. And then they were marching pretty quickly, and we were able to hold them to 3, which is obviously very solid. We go down and score a touchdown, it looked like, and it is 7-3. And they're going to go for it on 4th down, so it says. We're going to go punt man safe and see if they end up going for it here. And they just punt it. So nothing to see on this particular one. I mean, not that I don't think that they'd ever not fake it, but I've been called on multiple times between some of the different series that I have done already, and I don't think I've ever seen them go for it. What a throw on the run by Taylor to pick up the first down. Great job coming back to the ball and making the catch. It is 7-6. They did not punch it in there. 3rd and 1, another short yardage situation. See if the offensive line can take care of business. Ashley's going to pick up the first down and more. What a juke. And is there going to be holding late? There is. It's going to make it, 3rd and 11? It was already so far behind the play, man. Like, you just didn't need to do that. So, now we have to go and see if we can pick up a 3rd and 10, and we don't have any time. We get sacked, and we have to punt it away. What a disappointing way to end that drive. We get a big first down. They go down and score a field goal off of that. They have the ball back again. And they are in range to strike again. Linebacker shoots through the gap, gets a tackle for loss. 25 carries for 92 yards again. We need to be able to stop the run, man. Uh-oh, what's happening? Please don't throw that. I switch-sticked, and I was on a corner all of a sudden. That's why I didn't say anything. We did get pressure, though, thankfully. Otherwise, we would have gave up a touchdown. So, 3rd down, get deep. We'll be able to touchdown. Cover 2, perfect play for them to go against the cover 2. It is 7-16. So, we are down 2 scores here. Again, this is a really big game in the grand scheme of things when you look at it for the independents and that race. So we need to find a way to win this. That's what it comes down to. I love how much movement there is in the game for like the defenses, but it makes you really need to be on the ball with early throws, which is frustrating sometimes because your receivers might not be on that same page and they won't turn and look for the ball, which I think is absolutely insane. They're bringing a corner blitz over here, so we're going to go ahead and hand this off. In the RPO, Quo Ashley needs to make somebody miss. He's literally a superstar, and he's just not doing the things that Ferguson was doing. We do have our backup quarterback in the game on this play, as Ashley finally finds the end zone. So hopefully it's not something big for Taylor III, because our backups are not very good. Oh, boy. Just an added stressor to this game as we get home yet again. Only the second sack, but we have been getting pressure when we've been on the field with the defense. So that's where that is very important. You're going to go no huddle and just sit here and waste the clock. That is absurd. So annoying. God. If you're going to go no huddle, just go no huddle. Unbelievable. Down 2. At the very, very most, they get a field goal here. The very most. The best case, we get a 3-and-out. We're going to throw it out, RPO. We're going to wrap up, make the tackle. That's actually big that we made the tackle, because that's a linebacker getting the tackle. So thank you for the corner standing him up, but we come in and clean up the tackle for that linebacker tackle. I wish they were a little more specific. It just said tackles, and it was like 14 tackles. And I'm like, well, I know our team has made more than 14 tackles in the entire year. So if it's a certain position and it says a stat, it's talking about that specific. There's no way they call pass
interference. Defense.
That is absolutely that's blasphemy. Horrendous. Pick that. We got to make a play. Why are they throwing the ball? B, we need to pick that. We need to pick that. RPO, that's going to be a first down, and we're going to lose this game. All because of that BS pass interference call. So frustrating. So frustrating. Fumble. Okay, here we go. We got to lock in. We got to lock in. Got to lock in here. Come on. 2nd and 9. Another RPO. That's a first down. The game's over. We lose a huge one. We go 0-2 on the video so far. Just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. That pass interference call. And then he breaks that tackle. Absolutely insane work. Absolute insane work. All right, that's going to be the game. 16-14. Another just low-scoring loss. Defense has been playing really well. Who knows what happens in that offensive possession, but the fact that they take that away from us is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 17-26. Yeah, I mean, Taylor didn't even play at all. We lose on the road with a backup quarterback. He didn't turn it over. We only had 32 yards rushing, 1 touchdown for Quo. He's just been so bad. Receiving, led the team with 6 catches. Durham 5, Webster 3, Robinson 3. Durham did get in the end zone. Defensively, the sophomore corner led the team with 9 tackles. Pearson another corner. McLean another corner with 5. There's the linebacker with 5. D tackle with 5. I mean, we need the linebackers to make more plays. 7 tackles for loss, again 2 for Sanderson, 2 for Chia, 1 for Whitner, Simpson, and Hudson. 2 sacks today. Sanderson and Hudson get a sack apiece. Again, no interceptions for the defense. All right, this is going to be the last game of the episode. We need to bounce back here. All right, UTEP takes the ball to start the game and is driving like crazy. We're not going to be able to get out there. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to get pushed out at the 3-yard line. The other thing that I am contemplating doing is moving the minutes to 15. And the reason, as the quarterback's going to try to scramble, we're going to lay the wood, but he's going to pick the first down up. That's insane. And the reason being is until they find a way, as the quarterback's going to keep it and just walk into the end zone, to tweak the figure out a way. No, we don't. Sorry. Taylor's out again. This is insane. I don't even know what he did. Until they're able to fix how the playing style is done. Like, yeah, we have 14 tackles in 2 games with linebackers, but, like, it's 2 games with half of the reps that you would typically see and get. So I'm going to have to go to 15-minute quarters now. What that's going to do is it's going to make me really be picky on how I pop into things, because I'm not doing 15 minutes of moments, because it might take way too long. But I think that's just kind of the plan of attack that we need to take, because of the fact that the transfer portal is so huge. On top of the fact that we need to be able to recruit players at a more consistent clip, even though they want play styles and tackles and rushing yards and different things like that. Now, the issue with that is we already have rushing yards on 7-minute or 8-minute quarters, whatever it is, as a play style, and we're giving up 129. Imagine what we give up in twice the amount of time, right? So it'll be interesting to see how that all evens out, but I think that's just something that we have to do moving forward. At least up it a little bit. Maybe not to 15, but to 11 or something like that. We get down to the 1-yard line, but we have an injury yet again. The injury bug has just been absolutely brutal to us. And Quo Ashley, he might get benched, and I'm not even joking. Ferguson is more explosive. He just missed that easy block for a touchdown. Luckily, he finds his way into the end zone to tie up the game. If he wouldn't have made that, I legit might have benched him. A little overreaction maybe, but it's just, with our starting quarterback out, we need to be able to have some of those gadget plays work in our favor. And if you're not going to block when you need to, they're not going to work. We're going to throw it up, and the aggressive catch didn't do what it needed to do. So instead of a 49-yard field goal to take the lead here in under 2 minutes, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to go for it. We're going to run another jet pass. He does pick up the block that time. Durham does get just enough for the first down. And we are continuing to roll here. We're going to be inside red zone territory. We are going to go to Quo Ashley. And our O-line just terrible. So bad. So bad. I really wish we could run this play to the wide side of the field for this whip route, even though he just absolutely destroyed that man on it. But then that means that you're running your deep in route into the short side of the field. So tit for tat, I suppose, in that situation. And Cole Ashley finds the end zone yet again. So we talk a bunch of smack about him, then he decides to show up and actually play. So that's a positive for us. It's a positive for us. I kind of like the look of this. They're running cover 3. Okay. Unorthodox way to catch the ball, but we pick up the first down, so there's that. Good Lord. All right, what do we got here? They moved 2 guys out on Durham. Does that mean that guy's blitzing? Looks like it. We're going to slide to our right, throw back to our left. We're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. And the backup quarterback is doing just enough. He's doing just enough this week. Keep us in the game, making sure that he's taking care of the football. We're up 21-7. We need to get the first down. Quo Ashley is so slow. Why? I don't think we can go to the jet touch pass again. Let's go read option. I don't know what this quarterback has, but we were never going to keep that, and we get absolutely stuffed because our left side of our line did not want to block. Absolutely insane. We're going to go chew clock. We don't want anything crazy to happen. Again, especially with our backup quarterback in, we're going to run the option, and we just know where to go. I've been talking smack about Quo, but he has 132 yards rushing right now. We're going to go right back to him on the screen. Can you please get moving? He has joystick, but he's so slow. Good Lord. Put Ferguson in the game. Just put him in. It's okay. Ashley can give up 1 touchdown for Ferguson. Touchdown again for the Cardinals. Looks like we are well on our way to the win here. They do get all the way down to the 9-yard line. We're going to step in defensively and see if we can get a stop here. 4th and 7, just under 3 minutes left. Same score, 28-7. And he's going to scramble for it, and he's going to get in the end zone. I just need to make that tackle, not go for the hit stick. We're going to trust the fact that we can cover a onside kick. Chew clock is still on. Have they been using their timeouts? Yeah, they have been. All right, Robinson, can you win on this? Can you win this? And they stay over the top with it. He should be able to outrun them. He brings it in. That's going to be a first down. That should pretty much do it. It's going to be the 2-minute timeout. I think we do get to 3rd down again. Is that why we're on the field? Nope, we're in the red zone. Got it. Okay. In the red zone. That makes a little bit more sense. We're going to fake this jet pass. We do run it a lot. And then we're going to come back with Quo. He's going to get the first down. 155 yards today. We do have guys on campus. So, I do kind of want to go in and try to score here. It's going to be a pick. Oh, that's just not ideal. All right, defense, keep us here. Keep us at a clear winner. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We do get a clear winner victory, though, with those guys on campus, which is obviously a huge help. Kelly, 26-33. That interception was all on me. 3-0-1-3. He's been playing really well. Senior stepping up in the absence of our starting quarterback. Quo, 31 for 155 and 3 touchdowns. Durham, 7 catches with the freshman. He's playing super well. 86 yards, 6 for Ashley, 5 for Weatherly, and a touchdown. 4 for Webster and Thompson with 2-3 as well. Defensively, looking at it here, not a whole lot of somebody stepping up, but the freshman, Shepard, is hurt, but he led the team with 5 tackles. Pearson's also hurt, led the team with 5 tackles with Whitner as well. 4 for Gravely Jr., 3 tackles for loss, 1 for Pearson, Simpson, and Hughes. No sacks today, no interceptions. Weird. I don't think we have 1 interception on the year. We do move to 4-3. UTEP drops to 4-3, and we should have the tiebreaker over them now. And we will see next episode if that win was enough for the recruits that were on campus. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. I appreciate you watching through it. I hope you're enjoying the series. Obviously, the series doesn't pick up much until the first offseason where the shakeup happens. However, we have a bunch of different teams in different conferences, so it keeps things very interesting even through the first year, as we are still working up the independent ladder here at Ball State. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.